Hello, my love. I was waiting for you. Tonight, let us drift quietly back, not through years, not through centuries, but to a land kissed by the warm sun and cradled by a slow, winding river, the Nile. Imagine yourself stepping softly onto the banks, where reeds sway gently, and the air carries a delicate scent of water and earth, alive with the soft murmurs of daily life. Tonight we will walk among the people of ancient Egypt, see through their eyes, feel the rhythm of their lives, and gently uncover the secrets tucked away in this long-ago world. Close your eyes if you wish, and let us wander together. Segment 1. Daily life in ancient Egypt. Imagine, my dear, that you wake up before the sun rises, the air cool against your skin, and the soft sounds of the river filling your ears. You live in a small mud brick house, shared with your family. The walls slightly rough under your fingertips. The floor is simple earth, perhaps sprinkled with straw. You rise slowly, stretching your tired muscles, and step out into a world shaped by the river, by the seasons, and by the careful hands of your ancestors. The morning begins with chores. You carry water from the Nile, the container heavy on your shoulder. The river is life, gentle and sustaining, yet it demands respect. Its flooding waters will bless the fields with rich soil, and yet, if untamed, it can be unpredictable. The rhythm of life here depends on it. You join the other farmers in the fields, guiding oxen to plow the dark, fertile earth. Your hands are coarse from work, your feet brushing against the soft mud. The sun rises higher, warm and golden, touching the grains of wheat and barley. You harvest slowly, carefully, each movement steady and methodical. There is no rush here, only the steady pulse of labor. Along the banks, craftsmen are beginning their day. Potters shaping clay with gentle pressure, their fingers moving in quiet circles. Weavers aligning threads for soft linen, the shuttle moving in a slow, hypnotic rhythm. Carpenters carving simple furniture, their tools tapping softly against the wood. You might pass them on your way to the market, where the air is thick with gentle murmurs. The scent of dried fish, fresh bread, and fragrant herbs weaving together in a quiet symphony. Children play nearby, their laughter soft and fleeting. They help where they can, carrying bundles of reeds or running small errands for their parents. Their lives are tied to yours, to the land, and to the river that sustains you. You can hear the distant calls of merchants, the flapping of birds, the soft clatter of tools, all blending into the backdrop of daily existence. Meals are humble. Perhaps a simple flatbread baked over a clay hearth, some beans or lentils, and water drawn from the river. You sit together with your family, sharing the small warmth of the fire, telling quiet stories to one another. Even in this modest comfort, there is a sense of rhythm, of continuity, of a life that, while hard, is patterned and known. The sun climbs, and you return to the fields. You sweat, you bend, you lift. All the while the Nile flows patiently beside you. You notice the small blessings, the bright green of a newly sprouted crop, the steady hum of insects, the warmth of the sun on your back. Each day is a constant struggle, yes, but there is also a gentle constancy here. Life is slow, measured, and yet filled with subtle moments of quiet wonder. As evening approaches, you carry your tools back home, feeling the ache in your limbs and the softness of the cooling air. You might pause by the river, letting your feet touch the water, listening to the gentle lap against the shore. And as darkness settles over the village, oil lamps are lit, casting a soft, flickering glow. Families gather and stories begin again, about ancestors, about the gods who watch over them, and about the world beyond their small homes. Even in hardship, the long days, the hot sun, the calluses and sweat. There is a beauty here, a life intimately connected to the river, the land, and each other. And as you close your eyes tonight, perhaps you can feel it too. The quiet, steady heartbeat of ancient Egypt, guiding you gently toward rest. The rhythm of their lives, my dear, is a gentle lullaby of labor, love, and continuity. A slow dance with the sun and the river that sustains them. Let us carry this calm with us as we prepare to learn more about the stories of the people and the rulers who shaped their world. Ah, my love. Now let us drift a little deeper into this ancient world, to a story of a woman who rose to a place few imagined possible, yet carried the weight of history softly on her shoulders. Imagine yourself in Thebes, many hundreds of years before the world you know today. The sun warms your skin, the Nile flows beside you, and you can hear the distant hum of craftsmen shaping stone for temples that will outlast time itself. Her name is Hatshepsut. Perhaps you've never heard it, but in her lifetime she was not just a queen, not just a wife, but a pharaoh, a ruler of one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever known. And yet, her story is gentle in its complexity, full of patience, strategy, and quiet strength. Hatshepsut was born to the royal family, her life touched from the beginning by the rituals, traditions, and responsibilities of Egypt's elite. But imagine her as a child, running barefoot along palace corridors, her laughter soft against the stone walls. Long stones. She was taught the ways of the gods and the land, the careful art of diplomacy, and the subtle strategies of leadership. Even as a child, she learned that life was a rhythm of patience and precision. As she grew, Hatshepsut's world changed. She married her half-brother, Thutmose II, as was customary, securing her place within the royal lineage. The palace was a maze of quiet halls and hidden chambers, where decisions about harvests, taxes, and the people's welfare were made behind heavy doors. Imagine her stepping carefully through those corridors, aware of the weight of her position, yet confident in her ability to navigate it. When Thutmose II passed away, a new chapter began. She could have retreated quietly, as many women might, but Hatshepsut made a choice, soft, calculated, and unassuming on the surface. She became pharaoh, adopting the symbols of kingship and ruling with a steady hand. You can almost hear her voice in the quiet of the palace, giving orders not with a shout but with calm authority, every word measured, every decision deliberate. Hatshepsut understood that to rule Egypt was not only to command armies or collect taxes, but to ensure the harmony of the land, to honor the gods, and to maintain the flow of the Nile. She oversaw the construction of magnificent temples, most famously at Deir el-Bahari, rising gracefully along the cliffs, echoing with the soft chants of priests and the steady hammering of laborers. Imagine yourself walking through those terraces with her, feeling the cool shadows of the colonnades, the sunlight glancing off carefully carved reliefs, depicting journeys, offerings, and rituals that connected the heavens to the earth. But her story is not only one of grandeur, it is also one of subtlety, of quiet navigation in a world dominated by men. She chose to present herself sometimes as a man in art, wearing the traditional false beard of pharaohs. Yet her intelligence, her planning, and her deep understanding of her people's lives shone through. She moved through ceremonies with calm dignity, her presence reassuring, almost like the gentle rhythm of the Nile itself. Trade flourished under Hatshepsut's reign. Expeditions traveled to Punt, bringing back incense, myrrh, exotic animals, and treasures. Imagine the soft rustle of sails, the distant calls of sailors, the quiet unloading of goods onto the docks, and Hatshepsut overseeing it all, content in the steady growth of her nation. Her reign was a balance of patience and vision, careful yet ambitious. A life lived quietly, yet remembered through the millennia. Even her portraits, carved in stone and painted in soft hues, show her calm authority, a serenity that must have soothed both those around her and those who would come after. Her story is one of human determination and wisdom, a reminder that power need not be loud or harsh to be enduring. And yet, the passage of time can be gentle but selective. After her death, some images of Hatshepsut were erased, perhaps out of jealousy or tradition. But the quiet strength of her achievements remains, hidden in temples, inscriptions, and tombs, waiting to be rediscovered softly, slowly, by those who take the time to look. So, my dear, as you drift through this story, imagine yourself beside her, watching the calm rise of the sun over Thebes, hearing the distant flapping of birds along the Nile, feeling the texture of carved stone beneath your fingers, and walking quietly through terraces that echo with the whispers of her reign. Her life was both ordinary and extraordinary, a rhythm of planning, care, and patience that guided a civilization, much like the steady current of the river beside you. Hatshepsut teaches us that history is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it is soft, enduring, and deeply human. Much like the soft sway of the reeds along the Nile, much like the gentle rhythm of your own breathing as you begin to settle into rest. And as the day in her world slowly moves toward evening, the workers finish their labors. The Nile reflects the fading light, and the quiet streets of Thebes begin to calm. We too can prepare to move gently into the mysteries that lie beyond. Ah, my dear, let us linger a little longer in the quiet mysteries of ancient Egypt, where the desert meets the river, and where history whispers softly through stones, sand, and sacred spaces. Imagine walking slowly through a sun-dappled plain, the heat gentle, the breeze warm against your skin, carrying with it the faint scent of dry earth and river reeds. You hear distant flapping of birds, the quiet murmurs of villagers far off, and the soft crunch of sand beneath your sandals. Beneath the surface, countless stories sleep, waiting for patient eyes to uncover them. Picture yourself kneeling at the edge of a newly uncovered tomb. The air is cooler here, almost heavy with silence. Each breath you take carries the faint scent of earth and limestone. Carefully, softly, you brush away centuries of sand, revealing the entrance, a doorway carved with delicate hieroglyphs, their meanings slowly fading, but still radiant. Imagine tracing them with your fingers, feeling the smooth stone, feeling the rhythm of lives long past. Inside, the chambers are dim, the light filtering gently from small openings. You notice faint traces of paint, reds, ochres, and blues that once glowed brightly. Scenes of offerings, gods with serene faces, pharaohs and servants, animals both real and sacred, all frozen in eternal calm. You feel a quiet awe, a slow heartbeat in time with the people who built this place, who walked these floors long before you, who rested here with soft prayers and careful ritual. And then, think of the craftsmen, my love, who labored patiently in silence. They carved, painted, and polished stone for hours each day. You can imagine their fingers, rough yet careful, tracing the shapes of birds, lotus flowers, and intricate patterns. The air would have smelled faintly of stone dust, incense, and resin. Perhaps a child ran along the corridors, bringing food or water, their soft footsteps echoing in the high ceilings, while priests chanted gently in rooms nearby. Life moved in quiet rhythms, even in the midst of labor, and the echoes of that rhythm linger still. Let us pause for a moment and picture the rituals of the Nile farmers, connected so intimately with the cycles of life and death. As the river swelled with the annual flood, Villagers would make offerings at small shrines, placing grains, flowers, and small clay figurines with gentle care. Imagine yourself kneeling with them, the sand warm under your knees, the soft murmur of prayers blending with the distant lapping of water. Even in hardship, there was a sense of harmony, a lullaby of connection between humans, land, and the divine. Now, let us drift to another perspective. Hidden chambers of nobles and minor pharaohs, spaces that have been discovered only recently by archaeologists. Imagine stepping softly into a room that hasn't felt sunlight for thousands of years. The air smells faintly of preserved oils and resin, the faint hint of centuries-old incense lingering like a soft memory. Objects are stacked carefully, small statues, jewelry, pottery, and the occasional mummified animal, wrapped with tender care. Even the smallest items tell a story, a whisper of devotion and love preserved across millennia. Some mysteries are larger, almost unfathomable. Think of the Great Pyramids, their construction methods still debated. Imagine being one of the workers dragging enormous limestone blocks along gentle ramps, the sun warm on your back, sweat cooling slowly in the Nile breeze. Each stone placed carefully, rhythmically, with patience and teamwork, building structures that would endure long after the workers themselves returned to dust. Even today, standing at the base of a pyramid, the soft wind brushing your face, you can feel the quiet ingenuity, the unhurried brilliance of those ancient hands. And there are unsolved mysteries of tomb placement and design. Some tombs are aligned with stars, some carved into cliffs with secret chambers hidden behind false walls. Imagine opening one of these doors softly, brushing away sand and dust, feeling the cool air of a forgotten space. You might see painted scenes of offerings, gods, and daily life, each detail carefully planned to guide a soul gently into the afterlife. There is no rush here, only the calm, careful rhythm of devotion and belief. Even the smallest mysteries are enchanting. Perhaps a pet cat was mummified and laid in a hidden niche, its tiny form wrapped with delicate linen, or a miniature servant statue, carved to accompany its master in the next life, rests quietly in a side chamber. Each object, each symbol, is a story paused in time, waiting for us to notice softly, without hurry. And now, imagine the soft echo of footsteps of modern archaeologists. They kneel, brushes in hand, uncovering treasures slowly, with reverence. The wind plays gently through the site, lifting grains of sand like tiny dancers in sunlight. As they work, they uncover fragments of stories, letters, inscriptions, and remains of forgotten rituals, each whispering slowly, softly, of human lives intertwined with the divine and the natural world. Let us also consider the rituals that surrounded death and memory. Families, priests, and villagers participated in ceremonies to honor those who passed. Offerings of bread, fruit, and flowers were placed carefully, and soft chants were sung to guide the departed along their journey. Imagine standing quietly among them, feeling the warmth of firelight, hearing the gentle rhythm of chants, smelling the sweet smoke of incense, and sensing the comfort that these acts brought, both to the living and to the departed. Even now, centuries later, the Nile flows in the same steady rhythm, and the desert wind moves softly over the sand. Hidden chambers, secret passages, tombs and temples all remain, quietly waiting for patient eyes, careful hands, and curious hearts. Their mysteries are not frightening. They are gentle whispers of a world that valued patience, devotion, and the soft persistence of memory. So, my love, as you drift along with me through these hidden spaces, imagine the quiet lives that created them, the gentle hands that carved them, and the careful devotion that filled them. Listen softly to the whispers of history, the calm echoes of ancient Egypt, and let them guide your thoughts slowly, gently, toward rest. Ah, my dear, now let us step quietly into a world of calm grandeur where life moves with a measured grace, where stone walls echo softly with ceremonial footsteps, and where sunlight reflects gently off polished floors and golden ornaments. Imagine yourself at the gates of a palace in Thebes, the air fragrant with incense, the sounds of water flowing in small channels, and the distant hum of servants moving quietly through the halls. The elites of ancient Egypt, the pharaohs, nobles, and high priests, lived in a rhythm entirely different from the farmers, craftsmen, and fishermen we visited earlier. Yet even here, life was not without its routines and responsibilities. Each day began softly, with the rising sun spilling golden light over carved pillars and polished floors. Imagine the gentle tapping of sandals on stone as servants awaken quietly to prepare for the day. They carry fresh water in clay jars, brush the palace floors, arrange flowers in small vases, and prepare linen garments for the household. The pharaoh herself, or himself, awakens slowly, greeted by attendants who move with soft precision. Their voices are low, respectful, and steady, offering guidance and ensuring comfort. The morning begins not with haste, but with ritual and care. Oils are applied to the skin, delicate linen garments draped carefully, and jewelry selected with thoughtful intention. Imagine the soft clinking of amulets and beads, the faint fragrance of myrrh and lotus flowers filling the air. Meals are prepared with gentle attention, bread baked from fine flour, fresh figs, tender poultry, and fish from the Nile. Each dish arranged to delight the senses without haste or clamor. Courtiers eat slowly, in the soft light of the rising sun, discussing the matters of the day in calm tones. Decisions about trade, law, and religious offerings are made quietly, with consideration, each word measured, each action deliberate. The rhythm here is slow, purposeful, almost like a soft lullaby of order and control. And then there are the ceremonies and temple rituals, which form the backbone of elite life. Imagine walking alongside the high priests as they move through shadowed halls, carrying incense, singing chants in low melodic voices. Their steps echo softly on polished stone floors. Offerings are made to statues of gods and goddesses, Osiris, Isis, Ra. Each gesture precise, each movement part of a centuries-old rhythm. The air is warm with incense, and the soft flicker of oil lamps creates a gentle dance of shadows across intricately carved walls. The elite also maintained gardens, calm spaces of quiet beauty. Picture a courtyard with flowering lotus ponds, small birds flitting among the reeds, and the faint trickle of water along stone channels. Servants move quietly, trimming hedges, tending small fruit trees, and floating delicate boats across the water for the amusement of the pharaoh. Even leisure is gentle and deliberate. A soft stroll, a quiet conversation, or a moment of reflection in the filtered sunlight. We can also drift to the royal workshops, where artisans work for the palace. Their hands shape jewelry, carve furniture, and paint ceremonial objects. The difference here, my dear, is in the luxury of materials and attention to detail. Gold leaf is applied carefully, precious stones polished until they glint softly, and fabrics woven so finely they almost float in the air. Imagine the gentle tapping of chisels, the soft hum of weavers' looms, the faint scent of resin and dye filling the rooms, and the banquets. Oh, the banquets are calm, not raucous. Imagine long tables set with the finest dishes, small bowls of dates and figs, platters of fish and tender meats, breads of delicate grain. Servants pour wine slowly, in quiet reverence. Music is soft, a gentle harp, the rhythmic beat of a drum, voices singing lightly. Conversation flows like a slow river, measured, polite, thoughtful. Even in luxury, there is patience, order, and calm. Priests, too, played a significant role in elite life. They move among the nobility, guiding rituals, maintaining sacred spaces, and overseeing festivals. Imagine soft chants in the temples, the faint sound of bells, the light brushing of robes against polished stone, and the warm glow of oil lamps. Every action is deliberate, each movement meaningful, all contributing to the careful balance of power, devotion, and life itself. The palace itself is a place of quiet wonder, walls carved with scenes of gods, pharaohs, and daily life, columns painted in deep reds, blues, and golds, terraces that catch the sun in a soft, gentle glow. From high windows, you might see gardens, pools, and courtyards, each designed to soothe the eye and calm the mind. The rhythm of life here is slow, deliberate, and deeply intertwined with tradition, religion, and nature itself. Even royal journeys are quiet and controlled. Travel along the Nile in ceremonial barges, oars dipping softly into the water, sails catching the light breeze. Nobles recline on cushions, attendants move silently, and the soft lapping of water blends with distant bird calls. Each movement, each sound, is measured, almost like a lullaby carried across the river. And yet, even amidst all this calm and order, life has its own small tensions. Responsibilities are immense, and the balance of power delicate. But observe how quietly and deliberately the elites manage their world, through patience, ritual, and attention to detail. They live in a space of comfort, yes, but also discipline, harmony, and deep connection to their gods, their people, and the eternal Nile. As the day fades into evening, oil lamps are lit across the palace, bathing corridors in soft golden light. Attendants move silently, preparing beds, refreshing water, and tending small fires. The air is filled with faint fragrances, lotus flowers burning incense, warm oils, blending into a gentle, soothing perfume that seems to hug every corner of the palace. The nobles gather quietly, reflecting on the day's work, the blessings of the gods, and the steady rhythm of life around them. And so, my love, as the sun sets over the Nile and the stars begin to emerge one by one, we leave this world of calm luxury. We carry with us the gentle contrast, the slow, measured lives of the pharaohs and nobles, against the daily struggles of farmers and artisans, against the hidden mysteries waiting quietly beneath the sands. All of it, softly, gently, guiding your mind to rest, to dream, and to drift into the same calm that flows through the river, the desert, and the timeless stones of ancient Egypt. Ah, my dear. Now, let us settle softly, together, and take a quiet moment to breathe in all that we have seen, all that we have wandered through, and all that we have imagined tonight. We have walked along the gentle banks of the Nile, felt the soft warmth of the sun on our skin, and watched farmers tending their fields with care. We have breathed in the earthy scent of mud brick homes, the subtle aroma of freshly baked bread, and the delicate perfume of lotus flowers floating in quiet courtyards. We have felt the rhythm of daily life, slow, steady, comforting. The kind of rhythm that hums softly like a lullaby, gently reminding us of life's simple, enduring patterns. We have also followed the life of Hatshepsut, a ruler of grace and wisdom. Imagine her walking slowly through the corridors of her palace, calm and deliberate, surrounded by soft echoes of servants and advisors. Her story reminds us that strength can be quiet, and that even the greatest achievements can unfold in patience, in gentle care, in thoughtful attention. There is comfort in her calm, resilience in her quiet determination, and serenity in the way she shaped her world with soft yet steady hands. And then we explored the mysteries that lie hidden beneath the sand and stone, within secret chambers and forgotten tombs. Picture yourself gently brushing away soft grains of sand to reveal painted walls, ancient symbols, and the faint trace of offerings left by hands long gone. These mysteries are not frightening, my love. They are soft whispers from the past, gentle reminders that even in silence, life leaves traces that speak to us if we are patient, quiet, and attentive. Finally, we wandered through the palaces of the elite, a world of calm luxury, measured steps, and deliberate beauty. Imagine the soft glow of oil lamps on polished floors, the quiet flow of water in small channels, and the faint fragrance of incense and flowers filling the air. Even here, amidst elegance and ritual, life moves gently, in harmony with nature, the gods, and the people. The quiet order of these spaces wraps around us like a warm, soft blanket, and in it, we feel a deep sense of calm. So now, my love, as we leave ancient Egypt behind, let us carry all of these gentle images with us. The slow rhythm of life along the Nile, the steady patience of Hatshepsut, the soft mysteries buried beneath the sands, and the calm, measured world of the palaces. Imagine yourself wrapped in a soft, warm blanket, the night gentle around you, your body relaxed, your mind at ease. Each breath is slow and steady, like the current of the river, and each heartbeat is calm and reassuring. Remember, my dear, the past can teach us the art of patience, the beauty of care, and the comfort of quiet routines. Even in hardship, even in mystery, there is a soft continuity, a gentle rhythm that we can carry with us. Let your thoughts drift like the river, slowly and softly, past the reeds, past the sun-warmed sand, past the polished stones of temples and palaces. Let them settle in calm, in quiet, in comfort. And now, as your eyes grow heavy and your body sinks deeper into rest, know that you are safe, warm, and cared for. The Nile will continue its gentle flow, the wind will whisper softly, and the echoes of history will lull you gently, gently into sleep. Good night, my love. Rest now, wrapped in the gentle arms of time, of river, of stone, and of calm. perspective. After her death, some images of Hatshepsut were erased, perhaps out of jealousy or tradition. But the quiet strength of her achievements remains, hidden in temples, inscriptions, and tombs, waiting to be rediscovered softly, slowly, by those who take the time to look. So, my dear, as you drift through this story, imagine yourself beside her, watching the calm rise of the sun over Thebes, hearing the distant flapping of birds along the Nile, feeling the texture of carved stone beneath your fingers, and walking quietly through terraces that echo with the whispers of her reign. Her life was both ordinary and extraordinary, a rhythm of planning, care, and patience that guided a civilization, much like the steady current of the river beside you. Hatshepsut teaches us that history is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it is soft, enduring, and deeply human. Much like the soft sway of the reeds along the Nile, much like the gentle rhythm of your own breathing as you begin to settle into rest. And as the day in her world slowly moves toward evening, the workers finish their labors, the Nile reflects the fading light, and the quiet streets of Thebes begin to calm. We too can prepare to move gently into the mysteries that lie beyond. Ah, my dear, let us linger a little longer in the quiet mysteries of ancient Egypt, where the desert meets the river, and where history whispers softly through stones, sand, and sacred spaces. Imagine walking slowly through a sun-dappled plain, the heat gentle, the breeze warm against your skin, carrying with it the faint scent of dry earth and river reeds. You hear distant flapping of birds, the quiet murmurs of villages far off, and the soft crunch of sand beneath your sandals. Beneath the surface, countless stories sleep, waiting for patient eyes to uncover them. Picture yourself kneeling at the edge of a newly uncovered tomb. The air is cooler here, almost heavy with silence. Each breath you take carries the faint scent of earth and limestone. Carefully, softly, you brush away centuries of sand, revealing the entrance, a doorway carved with delicate hieroglyphs, their meanings slowly fading, but still radiant. Imagine tracing them with your fingers, feeling the smooth stone, feeling the rhythm of lives long past. Inside, the chambers are dim, the light filtering gently from small openings. You notice faint traces of paint, reds, careful, tracing the shapes of birds, lotus flowers, and intricate patterns. The air would have smelled faintly of stone dust, incense, and resin. Perhaps a child ran along the corridors, bringing food or water, their soft footsteps echoing in the high ceilings, while priests chanted gently in rooms nearby. Life moved in quiet rhythms, even in the midst of labor, and the echoes of that rhythm linger still. Let us pause for a moment and picture the rituals of the Nile farmers, connected so intimately with the cycles of life and death. As the river swelled with the annual flood, villagers would make offerings at small shrines, placing grains, flowers, and small clay figurines with gentle care. Imagine yourself kneeling with them, the sand warm under your knees, the soft murmur of prayers blending with the distant lapping of water. Even in hardship, there was a sense of harmony, a lullaby of connection between humans, land, and the divine. Now, let us drift to another perspective. The hidden chambers of nobles and minor pharaohs, space millennia. Some mysteries are larger, almost unfathomable. Think of the Great Pyramids, their construction methods still debated. Imagine being one of the workers dragging enormous limestone blocks along gentle ramps, the sun warm on your back, sweat cooling slowly in the Nile breeze. Each stone placed carefully, rhythmically, with patience and teamwork, building structures that would endure long after the workers themselves returned to dust. Even today, standing at the base of a pyramid, the soft wind brushing your face, you can feel the quiet ingenuity, the unhurried brilliance of those ancient hands, and there are unsolved mysteries of tomb placement and design. Some tombs are aligned with stars, some carved into cliffs with secret chambers hidden behind false walls. Imagine opening one of these doors softly, brushing away sand and dust, feeling the cool air of a forgotten space. You might see painted scenes of offerings, gods, and daily life, each detail carefully planned to guide a soul gently into the afterlife. There is no rush here, only the calm, careful rhythm of devotion and belief. Even the smallest mysteries are enchanting. Perhaps a pet cat was mummified and laid in a hidden niche, its tiny form wrapped with delicate linen, or a miniature servant statue, carved to accompany its master in the next life, rests quietly in a side chamber. Each object, each symbol, is a story paused in time, waiting for us to notice softly, without hurry. Ceremonies to honor those who passed. Offerings of bread, fruit, and flowers were placed carefully, and soft chants were sung to guide the departed along their journey. Imagine standing quietly among them, feeling the warmth of firelight, hearing the gentle rhythm of chants, smelling the sweet smoke of incense, and sensing the comfort that these acts brought, both to the living and to the departed. Even now, centuries later, the Nile flows in the same steady rhythm, and the desert wind moves softly over the sand. Hidden chambers, secret passages, tombs and temples all remain, quietly waiting for patient eyes, careful hands, and curious hearts. Their mysteries are not frightening. They are gentle whispers of a world that valued patience, devotion, and the soft persistence of memory. So, my love, as you drift along with me through these hidden spaces, imagine the quiet lives that created them, the gentle hands that carved them, and the careful devotion that filled them. Listen softly to the whispers of history, the calm echoes of ancient Egypt, and let them guide your thoughts slowly, gently, toward rest. Ah, my dear, now let us step quietly into a world of calm grandeur where life moves with a measured grace, where stone walls echo softly with ceremonial footsteps, and where sunlight reflects gently off polished floors and golden ornaments. Imagine yourself at the gates of a palace in Thebes, the air fragrant with incense, the sounds of water flowing in small channels, and the distant hum of servants moving quietly through the halls. The elites of ancient Egypt, the pharaohs, nobles, and high priests, lived in a rhythm entirely different from the farmers, craftsmen, and fishermen we visited earlier. Yet even here, life was not without its routines and responsibilities. Each day began softly, with the rising sun spilling golden light over carved pillars and polished floors. Imagine gentle tapping of sandals on stone as servants awaken quietly to prepare for the day. They carry fresh water in clay jars, brush the palace floors, arrange flowers in small vases, and prepare linen garments for the household. The pharaoh herself, or himself, awakens slowly, greeted by attendants who move with soft precision. Their voices are low, respectful. Sun, discussing the matters of the day in calm tones. Decisions about trade, law, and religious offerings are made quietly, with consideration, each word measured, each action deliberate. The rhythm here is slow, purposeful, almost like a soft lullaby of order and control. And then there are the ceremonies and temple rituals, which form the backbone of elite life. Imagine walking alongside the high priests as they move through shadowed halls, carrying incense, singing chants in low melodic voices. Their steps echo softly on polished stone floors. Offerings are made to statues of gods and goddesses: Osiris, Isis, Ra. Each gesture precise, each movement part of a centuries-old rhythm. The air is warm with incense, and the soft flicker of oil lamps creates a gentle dance of shadows across intricately carved walls. The elite also maintained gardens, calm spaces of quiet beauty. Picture a courtyard with flowering lotus ponds, small birds flitting among the reeds, and the faint trickle of water along stone channels. Servants move quietly, trimming hedges, tending small fruit trees, and floating delicate boats across the water for the amusement of the pharaoh. Even leisure is gentle and deliberate. A soft stroll, a quiet conversation, or a moment of reflection in the filtered sunlight. We can also drift to the royal workshops, where artisans work for the palace. Their hands shape jewelry, carve furniture, and paint ceremonial objects. The difference here, my dear, is in the luxury of materials and attention to detail. Gold leaf is applied carefully, precious stones polished until they glint softly, and fabrics woven so finely they almost float in the air. Imagine the gentle tapping of chisels, the soft hum of weavers' looms, the faint scent of resin and dye filling the rooms, and the banquets. Oh, the banquets are calm, not raucous. Imagine long tables set with the finest dishes, small bowls of dates and figs, platters of fish and tender meats, breads of delicate grain. Servants pour wine slowly, in quiet reverence. Music is soft, a gentle harp, the rhythmic beat of a drum, voices singing lightly. Conversation flows like a slow river, measured, polite, thoughtful. Even in luxury, there is patience, order, and calm. Priests, too, played a significant role in elite life. They move among the nobility, guiding rituals, maintaining sacred spaces, and overseeing festivals. Imagine soft chants in the temples, the faint sound of bells, the light brushing of robes against polished stone, and the warm glow of oil lamps. Every action is deliberate, each movement meaningful, all contributing to the careful balance of power, devotion, and life itself. The palace itself is a place of quiet wonder, walls carved with scenes of gods, pharaohs, and daily life, columns painted in deep reds, blues, and golds, terraces that catch the sun in a soft, gentle glow. From high windows, you might itself. Even royal journeys are quiet and controlled. Travel along the Nile in ceremonial barges, oars dipping softly into the water, sails catching the light breeze. Nobles recline on cushions, attendants move silently, and the soft lapping of water blends with distant bird calls. Each movement, each sound, is measured, almost like a lullaby carried across the river. And yet, even amidst all this calm and order, life has its own small tensions. Responsibilities are immense, and the balance of power delicate. But observe how quietly and deliberately the elites manage their world, through patience. Reflecting on the day's work, the blessings of the gods, and the steady rhythm of life around them. And so, my love, as the sun sets over the Nile, and the stars begin to emerge one by one, we leave this world of calm luxury. We carry with us the gentle contrast, the slow, measured lives of the pharaohs and nobles, against the daily struggles of farmers and artisans, against the hidden mysteries waiting quietly beneath the sands. All of it, softly, gently, guiding your mind to rest, to dream, and to drift into the same calm that flows through the river, the desert, and the timeless stones of ancient Egypt. My dear. Now, let us settle softly, together, and take a quiet moment to breathe in all that we have seen, all that we have wandered through, and all that we have imagined tonight. We have walked along the gentle banks of the Nile, felt the soft warmth of the sun on our skin, and watched farmers tending their fields with care. We have breathed in the earthy scent of mud brick homes, the subtle aroma of freshly baked bread, and the delicate perfume of lotus flowers floating in quiet courtyards. We have felt the rhythm of daily life, slow, steady, comforting. The kind of rhythm that hums softly like a lullaby, gently reminding us of life's simple, enduring patterns. We have also followed the life of Hatshepsut, a ruler of grace and wisdom. Imagine her walking slowly through the corridors of her palace, calm and deliberate, surrounded by soft echoes of servants and advisors. Her story reminds us that strength can be quiet, and that even the greatest achievements can unfold in patience, in gentle care, in thoughtful attention. There is comfort in her calm, resilience in her of their lives and gently uncover the secrets tucked away in this long-ago world. Close your eyes if you wish, and the river is life, gentle and sustaining. Yet it demands respect. Its flooding waters will bless the fields with rich soil. And yet, if untamed, master in the next life rests quietly in a side chamber. Each object, each symbol, is a story paused in time, waiting for us to notice softly, without hurry. And now, imagine the soft echo of footsteps of modern archaeologists. They kneel, brushes in hand, uncovering treasures slowly, with reverence. The wind plays gently through the site, lifting grains of sand like tiny dancers in sunlight. As they work, they uncover fragments of stories, letters, inscriptions, and remains of forgotten rituals, each whispering slowly, softly, of human lives intertwined with the divine and the natural world. Let us also consider the rituals that surrounded death and memory. Families, priests, and villagers participated in ceremonies to honor those who passed. Offerings of bread, fruit, and flowers were placed carefully, and soft chants were sung to guide the departed along their journey. Imagine standing quietly among them, feeling the warmth of firelight, hearing the gentle rhythm of chants, smelling the sweet smoke of incense, and sensing the comfort that these acts brought, both to the living and to the departed. Even now, centuries later, the Nile flows in the same steady rhythm, and the desert wind moves softly over the sand. Hidden chambers, secret passages, tombs and temples all remain, quietly waiting for patient eyes, careful hands, and curious hearts. Their mysteries are not frightening. They are gentle whispers of a world that valued patience, devotion, and the soft persistence of memory. So, my love, as you drift along with me through these hidden spaces, imagine the quiet lives that created them, the gentle hands that carved them, and the careful devotion that filled them. Listen softly to the whispers of history, the calm echoes of ancient Egypt, and let them guide your thoughts slowly, gently, toward rest. My dear, now let us step quietly into a world of calm grandeur where life moves with a measured grace, where stone walls echo softly with ceremonial footsteps, and where sunlight reflects gently off polished floors and golden ornaments. Imagine yourself at the gates of a palace in Thebes, the air fragrant with incense, the sounds of water flowing in small channels, and the distant hum of servants moving quietly through the Pharaoh herself, or himself, awakens slowly, greeted by attendants who move with soft precision. Their voices are low, respectful, and steady, offering guidance and ensuring comfort. The morning begins not with haste, but with ritual and care. Oils are applied to the skin, delicate linen garments draped carefully, and jewelry selected with thoughtful intention. Imagine the soft clinking of amulets and beads, the faint fragrance of myrrh and lotus flowers filling the air. Meals are prepared with gentle attention, bread baked from fine flour, fresh figs, tender poultry, and fish from the Nile. Each dish arranged to delight the senses without haste or clamor. Courtiers eat slowly, in the soft light of the rising sun, discussing the matters of the day in calm tones. Decisions about trade, law, and religious offerings are made quietly, with consideration, each word measured, each action deliberate. The rhythm here is slow, purposeful, almost like a soft lullaby of order and control. And then there are the ceremonies and temple rituals, which form the backbone centuries' old rhythm, the air is warm with incense, and the soft flicker of oil lamps creates a gentle dance of shadows across intricately carved walls. The elite also maintained gardens, calm spaces of quiet beauty. Picture a courtyard with flowering lotus ponds, small birds flitting among the reeds, and the faint trickle of water along stone channels. Servants move quietly, trimming hedges, tending small fruit trees, and floating delicate boats across the water for the amusement of the pharaoh. Even leisure is gentle and deliberate. A soft stroll, a quiet conversation, or a moment of reflection in the filtered sunlight. We can also drift to the royal workshops, where artisans work for the palace. Their hands shape jewelry, carve furniture, and paint ceremonial objects. The difference here, my dear, is in the luxury of materials and attention to detail. Gold leaf is applied carefully, precious stones polished until they glint softly, and fabrics woven so finely they almost float in the air. Imagine the gentle tapping of chisels, the soft hum of weavers' looms, the faint scent of resin and dye filling the rooms, and the banquets. Oh, the banquets are calm, not raucous. Imagine long tables set with the finest dishes, small bowls of dates and figs, platters of fish and tender meats, breads of delicate grain. Servants pour wine slowly, in quiet reverence. Music is soft, a gentle harp, the rhythmic beat of a drum, voices singing lightly. Conversation flows like a slow river, measured, polite, thoughtful. Scenes of gods, pharaohs, and daily life. Columns painted in deep reds, blues, and golds. Terraces that catch the sun in a soft, gentle glow. From high windows, you might see gardens, pools, and courtyards, each designed to soothe the eye and calm the mind. The rhythm of life here is slow, deliberate, and deeply intertwined with tradition, religion, and nature itself. Even royal journeys are quiet and controlled. Travel along the Nile in ceremonial barges, oars dipping softly into the water, sails catching the light breeze. Nobles recline on cushions, attendants move silently, and the soft lapping of water blends with distant bird calls. Each movement, each sound, is measured, almost like a lullaby carried across the river. And yet, even amidst all this calm and order, life has its own small tensions. Responsibilities are immense, and the balance of power delicate. But observe how quietly and deliberately the elites manage their world, through patience, ritual, and attention to detail. They live in a space of comfort, yes, but also discipline, harmony, and deep connection to their gods, their people, and the eternal Nile. As the day fades into evening, oil lamps are lit across the palace, bathing corridors in soft golden light. Attendants move silently, preparing beds, refreshing water, and tending small fires. The air is filled with faint fragrances, lotus flowers burning incense, warm oils, blending into a gentle, soothing perfume that seems to hug every corner of the palace. The nobles gather quietly, reflecting on the day's work, the blessings of the gods, and the steady rhythm of life around them. And so, my love, as the sun sets over the Nile, and the stars begin to emerge one by one, we leave this world of calm luxury. We carry with us the gentle contrast, the slow, measured lives of the pharaohs walking slowly through the corridors of her palace, calm and deliberate, surrounded by soft echoes of servants and advisors. Her story reminds us that strength can be quiet, and that even the greatest achievements can unfold in patience, in gentle care, in thoughtful attention. There is comfort in her calm, resilience in her quiet determination, and serenity in the way she shaped her world with soft yet steady hands. And then, we explored the mysteries that lie hidden beneath the sand and stone, within secret chambers and forgotten tombs. Picture yourself gently brushing away soft grains of sand to reveal painted walls, ancient symbols, and the faint trace of offerings left by hands long gone. These mysteries are not frightening, my love. They are soft whispers from the past, gentle reminders that even in silence, life leaves traces that speak to us if we are patient, quiet, and attentive. Finally, we wandered through the palaces of the elite, a world of calm luxury, measured steps, and deliberate beauty. Imagine the soft glow of oil lamps on polished floors, the quiet flow of water in small channels, and the faint fragrance of incense and flowers filling the air. Even here, amidst elegance and ritual, life moves gently, in harmony with nature, the gods, and the people. The quiet order of these spaces wraps around us like a warm, soft blanket, and in it, we feel a deep sense of calm. So now, my love, as we leave ancient Egypt behind, let us carry all of these gentle images with us. The slow rhythm of life along the Nile, the steady patience of Hatshepsut, the soft mysteries buried beneath the sands, and the calm, measured world of the palaces. Imagine yourself wrapped in a soft, warm blanket, the night gentle around you, your body relaxed, your mind at ease. Each breath is slow and steady, like the current of the river, and each heartbeat is calm and reassuring. Remember, my dear, the past can teach us the art of patience, the beauty of care, and the comfort of quiet routines. Even in hardship, even in mystery, there is a soft continuity, a gentle rhythm that we can carry with us. Let your thoughts drift like the river, slowly and softly, past the reeds, past the sun-warmed sand, past the polished stones of temples and palaces. Let them settle in calm, in quiet, in comfort. And now, as your eyes grow heavy and your body sinks deeper into rest, know that you are safe, warm, and cared for. The Nile will continue its gentle flow, the wind will whisper softly, and the echoes of history will lull you gently, gently into sleep. Good night, my love. Rest now, wrapped in the gentle arms of time, of river, of stone, and of calm. Now let us drift a little deeper into this ancient world, to a story of a woman who rose to a place few imagined possible, yet carried the weight of history softly on her shoulders. Imagine yourself in Thebes, many hundreds of years before the world you know today. The sun warms your skin, the Nile flows beside you, and you can hear the distant hum of craftsmen shaping stone for temples that will outlast time itself. Her name is Hatshepsut. Perhaps you've never heard it, but in her lifetime, she was not just a queen, not just a wife, but a pharaoh, a ruler of one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever known. And yet, her story is gentle in its complexity, full of patience, strategy, and quiet strength. Hatshepsut was born to the royal family, her life touched from the beginning by the rituals, traditions, and responsibilities of Egypt's elite. But imagine her as a child, running barefoot along palace corridors, her laughter navigate it. When Thutmose Thakin passed away, a new chapter began. She could have retreated quietly, as many women might, but Hatshepsut made a choice. Soft, calculated, and unassuming on the surface. She became Pharaoh, adopting the symbols of kingship and ruling with a steady hand. You can almost hear her voice in the quiet of the palace, giving orders not with a shout, but with calm authority. Every word measured, every decision deliberate. Hatshepsut understood that to rule Egypt was not only to command armies or collect taxes, but to ensure the harmony of the land, to honor the gods, and to maintain the flow of the Nile. She oversaw the construction of magnificent temples, most famously at Deir el-Bahari, rising gracefully along the cliffs, echoing with the soft chants of priests and the steady hammering of laborers. Imagine yourself walking through those terraces with her, feeling the cool shadows of the colonnades, the sunlight glancing off carefully carved reliefs, depicting journeys, offerings, and rituals that connected the heavens to the earth. But her story is not only one of grandeur, it is also one of subtlety, of quiet navigation in a world dominated by men. She chose to present herself sometimes as a man in art, wearing the traditional false beard of pharaohs. Yet her intelligence, her planning, and her deep understanding of her people's lives shone through. She moved through ceremonies with calm dignity, her presence reassuring, almost like the gentle rhythm of the Nile itself. Trade flourished under Hatshepsut's reign. Expeditions traveled to Punt, bringing back incense, myrrh, exotic animals, and treasures. Imagine the soft The chambers are dim, the light filtering gently from small openings.